Okay, so yeah, so we have studied ELB and auto scaling group. So today first we'll see how we can configure a CloudWatch and how we can get the notification when our CloudWatch alarm triggers. Okay, and I think I have taught you guys how we can associate EC2 instance with ELB. Have I taught that on Saturday? Like how we can associate our EC2 instance after we create ELB and auto scaling group. Because then okay, so like today we'll complete this scenario also. So it's a little, and today I'll also show you guys like how you can uh, deploy a dynamic website on EC2 instance with web server. Okay, so have you ever worked if have anyone of you have ever worked on web hosting and all? Just let me know in the chat box, like, have you guys have ever worked on web hosting, website creation, web development, any of these kind of services? If the client can look into it, no, okay, no issue. Uh, So I think we should start the session now because I think everyone has arrived. Okay, so today first we'll quickly revise how we can configure ELB and auto scaling group. I hope you guys have remembered we have studied ELB and auto scaling group. So we'll quickly revise how we can create, we can configure ELB and auto scaling group, and how we can assign or allocate an particular EC2 instance in our ELB and auto scaling group. So for that, what we will do, we will first create an EC2 instance. So let me create an EC2 instance first. So I hope you guys should remember how we can create an EC2 instance. So I'll create an Red Hat instance. Okay. So on this particular instance only, I'll show you how you can host a dynamic website later on, as soon as we'll do ELB, auto scaling, and all kind of these things. Okay. So I have selected this. Then I've selected this free tier eligible hardware. Then I'll select the configuration page. Here I don't want to configure any of the network settings and all, so I'll quickly go next. Just a minute, someone wrote something in the group. Okay, Manoj said he is having error while connecting. So Manoj is not there. Just a minute, guys. Okay, so Manoj will join quickly, no issue. Then I'll leave this by default settings, like I'll not add any new volume, because for our web hosting and all, it will be like we can host a website or with any server on 10 GB of storage, so we'll not add any storage. Then I'll add a name tag to my machine, Linux machine. Then I'll configure. So I'll not add I'll not create any security group. I already have created a security group. This uh, SD. So as soon as I'll select it, you guys can see I have allowed two port on this, SSH for the connectivity, and HTTP. So HTTP is for the web hosting, websites and all. So we'll select it. I'll review it and I'll launch it. So I have the key pair. I have launched the machine. So this instance will be used for our this VP ELB and auto scaling, as well as I'll use the same instance only for the web hosting, like dynamic web hosting with web server. Okay. So now we'll wait till it gets refreshed. Okay. So now okay, all the things. Okay. So we'll not wait for it to get the status check complete. We'll quickly move on to load balancer. So here we don't have any load balancer because I have deleted each and every configuration. So we'll create a new load balancer. Now I am creating it for the web hosting, web application, HTTP, and also I'll create an application load balancer. Then I'll give a name. So Linux LB. My scheme should be internet facing. You guys remember internet facing in internal scheme, or should I uh, explain it to you again? Anyone want the explanation again for internet facing, internal facing? Let me know if you guys want, then I'll explain it again. Otherwise, we'll move further. Okay, so since no one is okay, if explained, it would be better. Request from connect. Okay, okay, I'll explain you guys. So basically, whenever we create a load balancer, so basically we create a load balancer to make sure that the load on our machine gets distributed between multiple servers. Okay, so we will get the load in two ways, two different ways, right? Uh, the one way is we'll get the load from internet. Let's say I have a website, like I have hosted a website. So all the requests on my website will be public. So anyone can request from on my website. So that is internet facing. Like you get the request from internet. But whenever you configure an internal load balancer, so that means you are creating a load balancer for your private network, like private cloud, your own network, like your company or your industry, your organization has their own network. So when you want to create a load balancer for your particular organization, so in that case you create an internal load balancer, internal key. Okay, so because I am creating it for the website, public website, so that's why I'm creating internet facing. Like I have a document, like my company has a document which we don't want to, like which we don't want to make public. So in that case, that document is internal. So for that, for accessing that document and all, we create an internal load balancer. But now because my website is public, so I'm creating a internet facing. Okay. Now my IPv address types are IPv4 version 4. Then listener, so by default listener is HTTP. But if you are hosting a secured website, like you have configured SSL certification with your website and all that kind of security thing, so you can also add a HTTPS listener. Okay, so this way you can configure the listeners, because my website is not what we can say, my website is not on a secured port, like my website doesn't have any SSL certification right now, so I'm not adding HTTPS. Now we can select availability zone. So I'll select each availability zone. Like I'll select all the availability zones. Then I don't want to add any tag, so I'll just simply go on to next. Now, as soon as I click next, they just a minute. Someone wrote something in the group, our group. Okay, so Yeah. As soon as we have clicked the next, because we have not selected HTTPS, that means someone wrote something. No, no, no. Thanks. You do. It is not compulsory to create a load balancer to do dynamic hosting. I am revising the load balancer and auto scaling group. Then I'll do the dynamic web hosting on that instance only. Because for dynamic web hosting, I'll show it to you on Red Hat Linux. Okay. So that's why I've installed Red Hat Linux and I'm doing the remaining configurations also on that. It is not necessary for you to create a elastic load balancer. Right, if your website is not that much popular and you don't get that much amount of load and all on your website, so in that case, why you will create a load balancer? Okay, so it is not necessary. Yeah, so I was telling we have not selected HTTPS, so that means our website is not secure. So you guys can see AWS is alerting us that improve your load balancer security. Your load balancer is not using a secure listener. That means our website is not secure. So because our we don't want we don't have a certification like SSL and all. So we'll quickly select next. Then I'll do is I'll select this already created security group. You can also create your own, but I'll select this already created. Okay. So because this security group contains a port on HTTP as well as an SSH. So it will help me. Okay. Then I'll click next for the routing and all. So as soon as I came on to routing configurations and all, so they've asked me to create a target group. Now you guys should remember what is target group. Like any one of you want to know what is target group again? Like I've told you on Saturday, what is target group? Should I explain it to you again?
Target missions, like it has to be accessed for which take care of its servers.
Okay, since no one is responding, I think we should move on further. If you guys have any doubt, then write in the chat box. No worries, I'll explain it to you. Yeah, definitely, time those instances to which we are binding for the load balancer. So we'll give the name for target group Linux TG. TG means target group. Then because I'll bind instances in this target group, so I have selected instance. Protocol as HTTP and health check is also HTTP. So leave all the things uh, as the default one, and health check on all the things leave it default because this is the basic requirement, basic health check. So we'll select next, and then they'll ask me to register any of the instance. So because I have created an instance, I'll register it in target group. Okay, you guys can see now my instance is already registered on port 80. Port 80 is then we'll select next, then we'll review it, then create it. So you guys can see my load balancer is successfully created. Now I'll show you guys. I'll go on to EC2. So just a minute. Okay, so now we are on to EC2 section, and here you'll find okay, where you will find the load balancer ELB section is not here. Okay, so they are not showing us like the load balancer configuration here. Previously, they show the like we have configured the load balancer or not. So they are not showing us. Okay, so no problem. So we have configured the load balancer. So you can also check it by going on to load balancer. Select the load balancer and go into description and all. So here we have all the configuration attributes and all. Then because we have configured the instance in the target group, so we'll go to target group, then we'll select the name, then monitoring, we'll go to monitoring. Okay, so first we'll go to target. here in the targets, you can see we have registered a target, like this is our target. So load balancer will monitor each and everything on this instance, like what are the loads that is coming onto this instance. So each and everything will be monitored which comes on this instance. Okay, so we have now configured a load balancer. Now what we will do, we will create a launch configuration, because Saturday also I have told you guys, like, to create a auto scaling group, you have to create a launch configuration before that. So we'll select instance. So I'll select this Reddit instance only, because I've selected this save instance for the load balancer also. So I'll give the name Linux -LC. LC means launch configuration. Because we have not yet studied what is CloudWatch, so we'll leave it. We'll leave it also. Then here we'll leave the default configuration. Now we'll select this test SG, because it has the port HTTP and SSH. Then we'll review it. So you guys can see, because we have like our SSH and HTTP port are custom in 0.0.0.0. That means like anyone can access our instance in this launch configuration or in this target group. So they have shown us the message that improve your security of instances launched in your launch configuration. Okay, so we'll not bother for it, because we are doing it for the testing purpose. We'll select the key pair when we'll launch the configuration. Now, because our launch configuration is now configured, we will create an auto scaling group. Now we have to give the name. So I'll give Linux AS. AS means auto scaling. Okay. Now they are asking me to give the group size, like how much, at initial stages at the beginning, how much instances I want up and running. So I want only one instance. So I'll not change it. Then they are asking for the network. So because we don't have any private network, so we'll leave it by default one, and then we'll select the subnet. So I'll select each and every subnet, because that will help me. Okay, so now my all the subnets are now selected. We'll go to advanced setting, advanced details. So now they are asking me to receive traffic for one or more load balancers. So I'll select it, so that you can see we have not configured a classic load balancer, so they are not showing us the load balancer option, but we have configured a target group, so they are showing us the target group option. So we have selected the target group, and then what type of health check we want to configure. If we want to configure any ELB health check, so this auto scaling group will check will do the health check of ELB. And in case of our unhealthy ELB, so it will now automatically create an new ELB. But we want to do it for EC2, so we'll select EC2, and health check grace period is 300 seconds. So basically, after interval of every 300 seconds, auto scaling group will do the health check, and if they found any of the instances unhealthy, then they'll launch a new instance. Okay. Then we'll go to next. Here we have to create a scaling policy. Like if we do not create new scaling policy, so we have got this, keep this group at its initial size. So whatever configuration that we have done here, right, in these sections, and also it will be the same for the remaining scaling policy. But if you guys want to create your own scaling policy, so you can create your own scaling policy, and you can also create it using the steps. So steps means increase group step is different, and decrease group step is different. So now, like if you are creating a scaling policy, that means your instance is unhealthy. So that means you should get a notification for that. So because of that, we'll create an alarm. So if you guys create an alarm, that means you guys want the notification. So for that notification, you have to create a SNS topic. So SNS topic is simple notification services. So I am giving the name Linux server health check. Okay, and email ID is okay. So yeah, make sure that you do not give the space between them. Now, then I'll enter the email address. So I'll enter my email address. I've entered my email address, and they're asking whenever the average of CPU utilization is greater than 80%. So for one consecutive period of 5 minutes, what they'll do, they'll add one instance. So they'll wait for 5 minutes, and then after that 5 minutes, they'll add one more instance if our status check is unhealthy. So what they will do, they'll add one instance of a capacity in it when 80% is less than CPU utilization. So basically, whenever our CPU utilization is greater than 80%, so in that case, they'll add one instance. Or you can also add a step, like, or you can say you can create a simple scaling policy. So in that case, they'll not ask you for 80% and all in this part. So then you have to just write the timings, like after how much timings you want to add a new instance. So I'm giving it for 300 seconds because we are configuring a health check after 300 seconds. Okay. Then we can do it as same for decrease group size. So because we have already created a SNS topic, so my SNS topic is already selected. Then what I have to do is whenever the average of CPU utilization is less than or equal to 50%, then for one consecutive period of 5 minutes, what they will do, they'll remove one instance. Okay. So I'm also creating it as a simple scaling policy. So this should be clear. Yeah, and also one more thing, they are asking me to scale between, like they are asking me to give the minimum and maximum instances. So I have given one minimum instance and three maximum instances. Okay. Now we'll go next. Now they are asking us to add a notification. Like if you guys want the notification on launching instance, terminating instance, and failover instance, fail to launch instance, fail to terminate instance. In that case, you can also add a notification. I think today most of you are facing internet issues, right? Because you get like you lost the connection in the meeting and then you again join it. Is there any network issues going on today? Let me know because uh, I can see like you left, then you again join it, then you left, then you again join it. So is there any network issues going on?
Like frequently disconnecting issue. Whether it's GoToMeeting issues or network issue, I'm not sure.
Let me know in the chat box. I'm waiting for you guys. Like if there is any internet connectivity issues going on, so then I'll see if my connectivity is good or not. Yeah, because yeah, Manoj, it seems to be fine. Uh, okay, so because I don't see any kind of connectivity issue here in my router because my router is also near my table.
Twice it
So
was disconnected for me.
is it fine now, or are you guys like facing the same issues? Okay, Manoj, no issues. Okay, no issues. Okay, Lokendra, if you are trying to say something like we are not able to hear you, so like check your microphone or something like you are telling something, but we are not able to hear you. Yeah, so there might be some of the issues at your internet connection because I don't seem to have any problem here at my router. Okay, so no worries. I'll make sure that I'll share this meeting recording with you as soon as I can. Like as soon as I get the recording, uh, I'll share it with you. If you guys are facing any of the issues right now, because currently we are revising and doing each and everything together. Okay, so uh, okay, so let's continue. So I was telling we can also add a notification, like if you guys want the notification on launching a new instance and terminating, like whenever a new instance is launched, then you guys want the notification. Whenever an instance is terminated, so at that case you want the notification, so you can also add a notification here. I've added a notification. Now I'll select next. They want me to give the tag, I don't want to give the tag. Then I'll review it and I'll create a auto scaling group. So we'll wait for it. As soon as it gets completed. Okay, failed to complete. So there might be some errors in our scaling policies. They are showing us that. Okay, so now after the retry, our auto scaling group is also created. So I hope you guys have understood the ELB and auto scaling group and how we can uh, like create a ELB and auto scaling group together with a common target group and the common instances. So have you guys understood that? Like because we have already created an instance before creating ELB and all. On Saturday we have created ELB without the instance, but today we have created ELB with instance and auto scaling group with the same instance only. Okay, so okay. So let's wait. So now you can see, because auto scale we have we have configured in the auto scaling group that we want one basic instance like as soon as our auto scaling group gets configured, we want the basic instance. So they are creating an instance for me. Okay, and you guys can see, because we have selected multiple availability zones, so my instance is in different availability zone. Okay, so they'll create a auto scaling group for me, because what happens now, we have already created an instance, or we have already created an instance before. But during the auto scaling group creation, what we have done is we have said that, or we have configured that we want one instance, like we want one instance with our auto scaling group at the start. So they'll create auto scaling group. Sorry, they'll create the instance first. Then as soon as they, okay, Lokendra again left the meeting. I think there might be some of the issues at his place, internet issues at his place. So, okay, no issues. Um, I'll give him I'll give you guys the meeting link. Sorry, the recording of the meeting. So you guys can see now two instances are running. This instance is the previous instance that I have created, and this is the new that auto scaling group has created for me. So you guys can see now because my ELB and auto scaling group has been configured perfectly and correct. So that's why we are not facing any issue in the instances and all. Like as soon as whenever I refresh it, we don't face any of the issues and any of the problem with the instance. Okay. So is this clear to all of you? Like how we can configure a auto scaling group and with EC2 instances and all. So what I'll do. So is this clear? Like how we can configure? Because what happens now, like Manoj is asking why is the instance created now? Because what happens now, when we have created ELB, right? We have when we have created the ELB, at that time we have mentioned that we want our already created instance in the target group. But when we have created the auto scaling group for launch configuration, so at that time they have not asked us to select the instance. What they have done is they have asked us to select the new AMI, and like you should remember, whenever we create a launch configuration, so at that time they asked us to select the AMI, the security groups and also because of that configuration, AWS automatically, like you guys can see, because what like you guys can see now, my instance is gone. Okay, you guys can see here. My instance is now gone. Okay, so sorry. We have to refresh it again. This is the another page. Okay, so what happens is you guys can see now, because what happens then, when we configure launch configurations, at that time they ask us to they ask us to select the AMI and machine image and all. So with that AMI and machine image, they create a machine for you at the beginning. Okay, because we have not selected this instance in auto scaling group. We have selected this instance in the target group, and target group is associated with the ELB. That's why. Now, if I'll attach this to already created auto scaling group like this one, I'll attach it. So you guys can see now my this Linux instance is attached. Now we'll wait for 5 more minutes. So this instance, like which was scaled up later on, will get terminated, or either this instance which was scaled now will get terminated, because we have then it will wait for 300 seconds. Na? Then after that, AWS will remove it or will scale down it. Okay, understood? I think my voice is now much more clear than previous one. Is it? Or okay. So okay, I got the problem. Now it should be even more clear than uh, you guys have heard till now. Okay. So yeah, it was the microphone's issue. So now they have status health check is 2-2. Then what we'll do, we'll wait for a certain period of time. Till then, what I'll do is I'll show you how you can configure a CloudWatch. Okay. Because we have to wait for 300 seconds. So that because instead of waiting for 300 seconds, we'll learn how we can configure a CloudWatch. Okay. So now we are here at CloudWatch. Now you guys can see we have got this one alarm. This red alarm means my instance state is unhealthy. Okay, and this OK means our instance or any of the thing which we have configured is healthy. Now you guys can see the action is pending confirmation, because they might have sent me the email. So I'll see email, because whenever you whenever you configure any of the monitoring service now, so before that they send you an email, right? Okay, you guys can see this. I've got this AWS notification, so they asked me to subscribe it. So what I'll do, so you guys can see subscription confirmed. Now what I'll do, I'll again refresh the page. So it takes some time. Yeah, so you guys can see the action was pending confirmation before, but now it is confirmed. Okay, now here we have got one alarm in our CloudWatch, because we have configured a CloudWatch. So you guys can see what we can do is we can go on to alarm section, and we can simply select the alarm, and we can go into CPU utilization section. So you guys can see the CPU utilization like at this time, different timings, at different timings, you can see the different CPU utilizations. Okay, and okay, so now you can see, like, okay, I'll show you. Let's see it again. If the instance is gone, okay, instance is not gone yet. So because we have configured a auto scaling group, and now what we have done is we have added the already created instance in the auto scaling group. So now what happens is we have got two instances, but our CPU utilization is less than 50% because we are not using the instance right now. So that's why they are showing me the alarm. Okay, you can see AWS EC2 Linux as high CPU utilization. That means CPU utilization is less than 50% for one data point within 5 minutes. So this is the condition because our CPU utilization is less than 50%. So that's why they are showing me the alarm. So this way you can monitor each and everything. Now I'll show you how you can create new alarms as well. And by just simply going into that alarm, you can just monitor each and everything. You can scroll down and see the details, like this is the name, threshold is this, namespace is AWS EC2, monitoring CPU utilization, last change is this, and this is the ARN of my alarm. This is the state in alarm, and period is 5 minutes. Statistics is average. Missing test data treatment is data treat missing data is are missing. So basically, because we have not configured anything yet in the instances and all, so that's why they are showing that treat missing data is missing. Now we have got two action type auto scaling group. So when in alarm, use policy decrease group size, remove one instance from the group Linux as AS. AS means auto scaling group. Okay. So you guys can see we have configured a CloudWatch during the auto scaling group creation. So they are showing us the action, like what action we can do in this situation. So you guys can see in auto scaling group in this situation, what they are asking us to do when in alarm, AWS will automatically scale or will remove one instance from a group Linux AS. Okay, so let's see. Now it should get removed. Okay, so it is now not removed. Okay, then they are showing us the history. So this is the history timings and all. Okay, so basically these timings are based on North Virginia because we are working in North Virginia right now. That's why. So these are the timings of North Virginia. Not you'll not able to see the timings of your country or your time zone. You'll be only able to see the time zone or the timing zone of the country or the region in which you are working. Okay, so these are the timings of North Virginia. These are not the timings of our country. Okay, so that's why. So you guys can see they have taken some actions against uh, certain like certain alarms and all. Okay, so this way you can monitor each and everything. You can also take action, like you can delete this, you can edit it, so you can do each and everything. You can simply, so I'll refresh it. So you can simply click on the like you can simply click on this graph. So then the graph will be visible to you. Now you guys can see this is the time period when we have created the instance, and as soon as we are moving ahead with the time, our instance CPU utilization is decreasing because we are not using the instance right now. So that's why our CPU utilization is increasing. And as soon as you select it, you can zoom into it. Okay, like I'm selecting this much area, so they'll show me the zoomed area. Okay, then I'll select this much area, so they'll again zoom it and then show it to me. Then I want to see in a particular time, so what I can do is I can select it. So this way you can do the you can monitor each and everything. Okay. So this is this clear? Like how you can monitor each and everything in CloudWatch? You can just simply select the area and zoom into it, and then you can monitor each and everything. If is this clear, then I'll show you how you can configure or you can create new alarm. Okay, no one is responding. That means this is clear to you guys. Now I'll show you how you can create new alarm. So you can see you guys here we have got create new alarm button. So we'll select it. Then they'll ask us to select the metric. So we have got one metric, a graph. So I'll select the metric, and I can select the metric like what type of alarm I want, ELB. So in ELB, what type of alarm I want, like for target groups and all. So I can select the metric. I can go back to all if I want on EC2. So EC2 like pre-installed pre-instance metric or by auto scaling group. So I wanted by auto scaling group. Now they are asking me to select the auto scaling groups like CPU credit usage or metadata no token. So we have got multiple configuration on one auto scaling group. So they are asking me to select it. Just a minute. Okay, so you guys can see now I've got multiple configuration on my this auto scaling group. We have got multiple configuration on same auto scaling group like disk write operation, disk read operation, disk write byte, disk read byte, network out, networking, CPU utilization, network packet out. So you can configure on any of the services or any of the metric name. Like if I want to configure CloudWatch on CPU utilization and network in and out and disk read and write operation. So I can select it in this way, or either I can select the whole. Okay, so this way you can select it. Now they'll show you the graph, the metric. Like these are all the colors of graph. You'll be able to see. Then they'll show you the graph option. This is the graph option. Like you can also see the live data. So for the live data, you have to select the live data. But we don't have any of the application running on, so that's why we are not selecting the live data. So this way you can select each and everything. Okay, so this way you can select the metrics and all. Like I'm selecting it for auto scaling group, so like I have selected it. Then you have to give the horizontal annotation. So like what kind of annotations you are giving it and horizontal. So let's say time, and then you have to give the vertical annotations. So utilization. So this way you can give the horizontal and vertical annotations as well. So in this way you can give horizontal and vertical annotations. Then we have got left y-axis, and then we have got live data if you want the live data and all. Then we have the stacked area as well, numbered area as well. Like if you want to see the metrics in numbers, so you can go on to number area, and then you can select the value like latest value or time range value. So if you are giving the time range value, then they'll show you the entire time range value. If you select the latest data, so they'll select you the most recent period time, like they'll select you the metrics of most recent period times. So this way you can select from here as well and from here as well. Okay, then we have got sources. Okay, so you can these all are the services that we have selected. So you can select the sources as well. You can change the name of metrics. Like I'm selecting it as a Linux, ABC Linux. So this way you can do it. So this way you can configure the metrics. We'll select next. Okay, so okay, we have not selected the metrics yet. So okay, I'll select it for EC2 pre-instance metric. So I don't have a okay. So I have this pre-instance metric. This is Linux machine, right? So I have this pre-instance metric. So I'll select it for status check field. Perhaps I've selected it for status check field. Okay, so I'll select only for status check field because I can only select particular metrics at a time. So I'm selecting it. I've selected the metric. Now they are asking me to give the okay. So they have already selected the metric name, instance ID, and the statistics is average. After every 5 minutes, they'll monitor the service. Threshold type is static, or if you can also select anomaly detection. So basically, use a band as a threshold. So basically, anomaly detection is nothing but they'll use a band as a threshold. So you can see in this way. They'll show you in this way. So you guys can see you can show in this way. But if you want, you can select static. So static means they'll show the values, and anomaly detection means they'll show you the band. Okay. So I am selecting only static. Now, what are the purposes that I want to configure in my CloudWatch? So whenever the status health check is like status check failed is greater than uh, 50. Okay, so the minimum value you can see at the behind, like minimum value is this much. So I'll give they are not okay. So here we can also, so from here also we can go. So let's say our status check health is greater than 70%. So then you can also do like additional configuration data point to alarm, like define the number of data point within the evaluation. So one out of one, like basically here what you can do is you can do the data points to alarm. Basically data points to alarm means like if you are doing the health checks and all. So this is for that purpose. Like if you are selecting 2 out of 5 like 2 out of 5 health checks, so then they'll show you treat missing data is missing, like they'll send you the mail and all for each and everything, like 2 out of 5. So basically like 2 out of 5 health checks are unhealthy, so in that case they'll send you the mail and all. So this is how you can do the additional configurations as well. So I'm not doing the additional configuration now. Then I'll select next. Then they are asking me to create the notification, the SNS topic that I always create during the auto scaling group creations and all. So they are asking me to select in alarm, okay, and insufficient. Like in alarm means like in alarm is the state when your instance is unhealthy. Okay, that means you can recover your instance from unhealthy to healthy state. So that is in alarm state. Then we have got okay state. So okay state means your instance is healthy, and we have got insufficient data. So that means like you have just you have just started the alarm, but you like you'll get what I can say is insufficient data. So I'll say that like you have configured a alarm on a particular instance, but now your instance is not available. So in that case, you'll get the insufficient data alarm. Okay. Uh, let's say like I'll give you the example. Like I've configured my alarm on this instance Linux machine, but tomorrow my this machine is not available. So in that case, they'll show you insufficient data. That means your data is not sufficient. Your data is not available. So in that case, you'll get the insufficient data. Whenever my this machine is unhealthy means whatever the metric that I've configured is unhealthy. So in that case, I'll get in alarm status, and rest like other than that, I'll get okay status. Okay status means my machine is healthy. So they are asking me to select any of these services, like for what purpose I want the notification. So obviously I want the notification for in alarm status, like when my machine is unhealthy. So I'll select it. You can either select an already created SNS topic, or you can create a new topic, or either if you have already created the topic in other regions as well, so you can use the ARN also. So what I'll do, I'll select the already existing SNS topic. So you guys can see here I have got the SNS topic which I have created during the auto scaling group creation. Now you can also add auto scaling action, like if you have auto scaling group, so on that what kind of action you want.